Hey cleaning mystery fans! Today's video takes a spooky twist. Get ready for a chilling short story that's bound to send shivers down your spine. Grab your popcorn and let's dive in. I had just moved into an old house on the edge of town. A Victorian style fixer-upper that seemed charming in the daylight, but unsettling after sunset. It had creepy floors, narrow hallways, and an attic door that was slightly ajar when I moved in. The previous owner, an older man named Mr. Brooks, had passed away a year prior, and the house had sat empty since. The real estate agent brushed off my questions about him, assuring me the property was in good shape despite its age. After settling in, I decided to clean out the attic. The door at the top of the narrow staircase was warped from age, its paint peeling in long, jagged strips. It didn't take much effort to push it open, revealing a dark, musty place. The attic was cluttered with old trunks, dusty furniture, and boxes that looked as they hadn't been touched in decades. A single bulb hung from the ceiling, its weak light barely illuminating the corners. I grabbed the box and brought it downstairs, figuring I'd sort through the contents in the comfort of my living room. The boxes were full of photographs, mostly black and white, of families I didn't recognize. There were a few letters as well, written in elegant cursive on yellowed paper. The dates were from the 1940s, and the letters spoke of mundane things, weather, chores, and occasionally someone named Anna. As I reached the bottom of the box, I found a small leather journal. Its pages were brittle, but the writing was clear. The entries became stranger as I read. They spoke of footsteps in the attic at night, whispers that didn't belong to anyone in the house, and an overwhelming sense of being watched. The final entry stopped me cold. It read, "I blocked the door to the attic. Whatever's up there will stay up there." I glanced toward the ceiling, unease prickling at my skin. The attic door had been opened when I moved in, hadn't it? That night, I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. The house creaked and groaned like it was alive, its old wood expanding and contracting with the temperature. Around 2 a.m., I was jolted awake by a sound, a soft, rhythmic tapping. It was coming from above. My stomach sank as I realized it was coming from the attic. I grabbed a flashlight and crept to the top of the stairs. The door to the attic was closed now, though I couldn't remember shutting it. The tapping had stopped, replaced by silence so thick it made my ears ring. I stood there for what felt like hours, hands hovering over the doorknob. Finally, I turned and went back to bed, telling myself I'd check it out in the morning. The next day, I noticed something odd. The box I had brought down from the attic was back up there. I could see it through the slightly ajar door, sitting at the top of the steps, as if it had been waiting for me. I hadn't moved it. I decided I had enough. I called a friend, Sam, and asked him to come over. When he arrived, I explained what happened. "Let's check it out," he said, grabbing a flashlight. Reluctantly, I followed him up the stairs. The attic door was wide open now, and the air was colder than it should have been. Sam stepped inside first, his flashlight cutting through the gloom. I stayed near the doorway, my pulse racing. "Nothing here," he said, his voice echoing. "Just a bunch of old junk." But as he moved toward the far corner, the door behind me slammed shut. We both froze. "Was that you?" Sam asked, his voice trembling. "No," I whispered, my throat dry. He tried the door, but it wouldn't budge. Then we heard it. Soft footsteps above us, like someone was pacing back and forth on the roof. "Who's there?" yelled Sam, his voice crackling. The footsteps stopped, but then, from the shadows, we heard a voice. It was low and raspy, barely more than a whisper, but it was unmistakable. "Leave." We didn't wait to see who or what was speaking. Sam forced the door open and we bolted down the stairs. I left the house that night, staying at a motel until I could find somewhere else to live. I don't know what was in that attic, and I don't want to know. All I can say is this: if you ever move into an old house, make sure the attic door stays closed.
Thank you for joining us on this eerie adventure, the Cleaning Mystery fans. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more intriguing twists and turns. And if you have any story you want to share, please feel free to email us or leave it in the comments down below. We'd be more than happy to share it with everyone else. Until next time, and keep it clean and very mysterious.